When the harsh chill of winter sweeps across the countryside, most people today rush to turn up their thermostats, crank the space heaters, or order more fuel to keep their homes livable. But the Amish, who live without dependence on gas or electricity, face the same cold, and yet they thrive through it with a set of practices that are at once simple, ingenious, and deeply rooted in tradition. Their approach to staying warm is not just about surviving winter. It's about embracing it with resourcefulness, community, and a respect for the natural rhythms of life. Unlike modern households that rely on costly utilities, the Amish have developed low-cost, sustainable methods that keep their homes warm without ever flipping a switch. These methods combine smart home design, clever use of natural resources, practical daily habits, and old-world wisdom passed down for centuries. And the remarkable truth is this: these Amish strategies can be adapted by anyone, even those living in cities or suburbs, to save money and reduce dependence on expensive heating. One of the cornerstones of the Amish approach is heat efficiency at the source. They do not scatter small heaters around the home. They focus instead on strong central heating methods, usually a wood-burning stove. These stoves, often made of cast iron, radiate heat outward for hours, warming not only the air, but also the furniture, walls, and floors around them. In many Amish homes, the stove becomes the heart of the household, a place where families gather, meals simmer, and warmth spreads naturally without the waste of ducts or vents. But the Amish know that a stove alone is not enough if a home bleeds heat. That is why they pair fire with smart insulation techniques, many of which cost little to nothing. Thick quilts hung over doors, heavy curtains lined with wool, and hand-sewn draft stoppers at the base of windows and doorways all help lock in warmth. Rather than expensive insulation foam or synthetic barriers, the Amish rely on layered natural materials, wool, cotton, wood, that create breathable but effective shields against the cold. Just as importantly, they live by the principle of heating people, not spaces. This means wearing layers of clothing, wrapping themselves in handmade blankets, and making use of simple body heat strategies to stay comfortable. An Amish winter evening often sees families gathered close together in the same room, sharing warmth and cutting down the need to heat the entire house. This is not only economical, but deeply communal, reinforcing the bonds of family in ways modern heating systems can never replicate. Even their homes themselves are part of the strategy. Amish houses are built with thicker walls, smaller windows, and tighter construction than modern suburban homes, meaning less heat escapes in the first place. Their old-world designs, like placing kitchens and living rooms at the center of the house, while bedrooms are tucked into protected corners, reflect a natural wisdom that keeps warmth where it's most needed. These first strategies, central stoves, natural insulation, layered living, and clever design, are just the beginning. Over the next sections, we'll dive into the specific 30 Amish methods that allow them to face the dead of winter without paying a dime to utility companies. And as you'll see, many of these tricks are simple enough that anyone could start applying them today to save money and stay warmer. Wood heat, quilts, and natural insulation. The most iconic Amish solution to winter is the wood-burning stove, and for good reason. Wood is abundant, renewable, and, if gathered locally, completely free. Unlike modern furnaces that require electricity or costly fuel, a wood stove offers constant radiant heat that penetrates an entire home. The Amish typically place these stoves in central locations, such as kitchens or living rooms, where warmth naturally spreads to surrounding rooms. But the brilliance lies in how they manage the wood. Instead of burning logs inefficiently, they split firewood to the proper size, season it for months to reduce moisture, and stack it carefully in barns or sheds. This preparation ensures that when the wood burns, it burns hot and clean, maximizing warmth while minimizing smoke. For the Amish, firewood is not just heat, it is security, carefully planned months in advance. Yet even the hottest fire can be wasted if the house leaks heat. This is why the Amish employ layered natural insulation methods that cost far less than modern insulation, yet work just as effectively. Heavy quilts, often hand-stitched by Amish women, are not only used for beds, but also hung across doorways and windows. These quilts, usually made from layers of cotton and wool, act like thick barriers that trap warmth inside. For the Amish, who sew much of their own household goods, producing these is second nature. The principle is simple. Stop the cold where it enters, and you won't have to burn as much fuel to stay warm. Windows are another key battleground against heat loss, and here the Amish turn to heavy curtains and layered coverings. In many homes, windows are fitted with double curtains, one sheer to let in daylight during warmer hours, and one thick, often wool-lined, to keep out nighttime drafts. Unlike modern insulated glass, Amish windows are typically single-pane, so fabric becomes the insulation. This method may seem old-fashioned, but it works astonishingly well, and it costs next to nothing compared to replacing windows or running heaters all night. Finally, the Amish rely heavily on body heat and shared warmth as an intentional part of their winter survival. Rather than isolating themselves in different rooms, families gather together in common areas during the coldest hours. The heat from the wood stove, combined with the natural warmth of multiple people in close quarters, creates a microclimate of comfort. Blankets are shared, meals are prepared in the same heated space, and chores are often done indoors around the stove. Heated stones, layered clothing, and the power of earth. Beyond firewood and quilts, the Amish use age-old tricks that transform ordinary items into powerful tools against the cold. One of the most fascinating practices is the use of heated stones or bricks. Before bedtime, Amish families place heavy stones or fire bricks near the wood stove until they are piping hot. These stones are then carefully wrapped in thick cloth or tucked inside metal containers and carried into the bedrooms. Slipped under the covers at the foot of a bed, they radiate gentle warmth for hours, creating a cozy environment even in unheated rooms. Unlike electric blankets or plug-in heaters, this method costs nothing but forethought and effort, yet it provides comfort all night long. It's an ingenious example of how the Amish repurpose heat. Another essential practice is the use of layered clothing indoors. While modern people often expect to walk around their homes in t-shirts during winter, the Amish dress practically, even at home. They wear wool socks, long undergarments, thick vests, and layers of cotton or wool clothing, which trap body heat and reduce the need for external heating. Instead of turning up the thermostat, they put on another layer. Children are taught early to dress smartly for warmth, and hand-knit sweaters or woolen shawls made by family members are common sights during the season. By heating themselves instead of the house, the Amish save incredible amounts of fuel. The Amish also make clever use of the earth itself as insulation. Many of their homes include basements or root cellars that remain at stable temperatures year-round, often around 50 to 55 degrees Fahrenheit. These underground spaces act as natural climate regulators. In winter, they help keep homes warmer by reducing the cold air that might otherwise creep into living spaces. Some Amish families even retreat to basements during especially frigid nights, using the earth's natural insulation to buffer against the cold. Another overlooked method is the way the Amish arrange their daily routines around heat efficiency. For instance, cooking is often timed to coincide with the coldest parts of the day. Large family meals simmer on wood stoves in the early morning or late evening, providing both food and warmth simultaneously. The heat from cooking doesn't just feed the family, it heats the entire living space. Similarly, laundry, baking, and other chores that generate warmth are strategically done indoors in winter, making full use of the heat they produce. Then there's the clever practice of sleeping in shared rooms during the coldest months. While modern homes prioritize privacy, the Amish understand that shared sleeping spaces conserve warmth. Children often sleep together under heavy quilts, while parents may choose to keep infants and toddlers nearby during winter nights for safety and warmth. House design as a built-in heater. One of the greatest secrets of Amish warmth is that their houses are not built in the careless, energy-wasting fashion of modern homes. Instead, every detail of an Amish home is designed with practicality in mind, especially when it comes to surviving brutal winters without the luxury of gas or electric heating. Where modern developers focus on cheap speed and trendy appearances, the Amish focus on efficiency, insulation, and durability, ensuring the home itself becomes a natural heater. The first principle is orientation and sunlight. Amish homes are often deliberately built with their longest walls facing south, maximizing exposure to the winter sun. Windows on these southern sides allow natural heat to pour into kitchens, dining areas, and living spaces during the day. On the north side, where icy winds strike, windows are minimized to prevent heat loss. This simple design principle, called passive solar heating in modern architecture, has been a part of Amish tradition for generations, long before architects began charging thousands to promote it as an eco-friendly trend. Then there's the thickness of the walls. Unlike many modern homes framed with 2x4s and insulated with synthetic fiberglass, Amish homes often feature double walls or solid timber construction. This creates a dense barrier against cold, trapping heat indoors far more effectively than thin drywall. Some communities still use lime plaster and wood paneling, both of which breathe while regulating temperature and moisture naturally. The result is a structure that stays warmer in winter and cooler in summer, without a single watt of electricity. Windows and doors are given special attention too. Amish homes use storm shutters and layered coverings to shield against icy winds. Another ingenious design feature is the use of centralized heating areas. Instead of sprawling open-concept layouts, Amish homes are compact and often built around a core heat source, such as a wood stove. Kitchens, dining rooms, and living spaces are positioned close together, so one stove can warm multiple rooms at once. Bedrooms may be placed above these central areas, allowing heat to rise naturally through the floors. This contrasts sharply with modern homes, where heat must be forced through vents and ducts to reach distant rooms, wasting both energy and money. Basements and attics also play a crucial role. Basements, being underground, provide natural insulation and keep lower levels warmer in winter. Many Amish families spend more time in these spaces during the cold months, using them for storage, food preparation, and even sleeping during extreme cold spells. Porches and eaves, often overlooked in modern construction, also serve thermal purposes. In summer they provide shade, but in winter their design prevents snow and icy winds from battering the windows directly. Some Amish families even enclose porches with temporary coverings during winter, creating a buffer zone of trapped air that works like natural insulation before entering the main living space. The Amish approach to home design is proof that the house itself can be the first line of defense against the cold. By building smartly, thicker walls, strategic windows, storm shutters, compact layouts, they drastically reduce how much heating is needed in the first place. This is why an Amish family can stay comfortable through the harshest winters while spending almost nothing, while modern households burn through hundreds of dollars every month just trying to achieve the same result. Daily habits that create warmth. If you want to understand how the Amish stay warm without gas or electricity, you have to look not only at their houses, but also at their lifestyle choices during winter. Where modern households fight the cold with expensive machines, the Amish simply live differently, weaving heat conservation into every daily habit. These practices cost almost nothing, yet keep families warm even in the depths of an icy Pennsylvania or Ohio January. One of the most obvious yet powerful habits is gathering together as a family. Instead of spreading out across multiple heated rooms like modern households do, Amish families spend evenings in one central area, usually around the wood stove. This creates a warm core in the house, where body heat, cooking heat, and firewood heat all combine. The room becomes the beating heart of the household, filled with light, warmth, and community. Not only does this reduce the need to heat the entire house, but it also strengthens family bonds in ways modern technology has all but erased. Another important habit is shared meals as a source of heat. The Amish cook daily, often using wood stoves or propane ovens, and they time their cooking to maximize warmth. For example, a large pot of stew simmering all afternoon doesn't just prepare dinner, it warms the entire kitchen and adjoining rooms. Baking bread, pies, or casseroles in heavy iron ovens releases waves of heat that fill the home. Unlike modern families, who may order takeout and leave their houses chilly until the heater kicks on, the Amish combine nourishment with heat in one seamless activity. Another daily habit is the use of animals as natural heaters. In traditional Amish barns, livestock such as cows and horses generate enormous amounts of body heat. Barns are often built close to the home, and in some cases, warmth from the barn radiates into the living quarters. More importantly, Amish families who spend part of their day doing chores in the barn remain active and warm, surrounded by the natural heat of their animals. It's a reminder that warmth doesn't only come from firewood, it comes from the living ecosystem the Amish maintain on their farms. Amish winter life is also marked by constant activity. Unlike modern families who stay sedentary indoors during cold months, the Amish continue working, moving, and producing. Chopping wood, sewing, mending, cooking, cleaning, and crafting all generate body heat naturally. The rhythm of their day prevents the chill from ever fully settling into their bones. Even leisure activities like quilting circles or hymn singing are done communally in warm rooms, with bodies clustered together, heat shared freely. Finally, one of the most overlooked yet powerful habits is early to bed, early to rise living. By aligning their schedules with daylight, the Amish avoid staying up late in cold, dark hours when more heating would be required. This habit not only conserves firewood, but also harmonizes with the natural flow of the seasons. These lifestyle practices, family gathering, shared meals, bed warmers, animal heat, daily movement, and natural rhythms, show how the Amish don't just survive winter, they embrace it. Warmth is not outsourced to technology or purchased through costly utilities, it is created by the way they live. And that, perhaps more than anything, is the ultimate lesson. Staying warm doesn't just come from a heater, it comes from the choices you make every day.